At Capella University, you can learn at your own pace with our FlexPath learning format. Take 1 or 2 courses at a time and complete as many as you can in a 12-week billing session. With FlexPath, you can even finish the bachelor's degree you started in 22 months for $20,000. A different future is closer than you think with Capella University. Learn more at capella.edu. Fastest 25% of students. Cost varies by pace, transfer credits, and other factors. Fees apply.
Reality radio for a really great future. We're talking real money.
You know, it's bad enough when your investment advisor rips you off, but can it be worse than taking all your money? Well, this All Hallows Eve, we have some tales of money and murder. I was reading some of the stuff I get in the emails, and I got an email from wealthmanagement.com with 13, quote, 13 strange and grisly advisor tales. Now, you know, it's bad enough when your advisor takes your money. Like this guy, Joe Corona, did. Joe Corona ran a financial firm called Corona Investments. And he swindled tons of clients, friends, his long-term mistress, even his wife, out of millions of dollars. And his wife apparently was going to turn him in, and they found her body partially nude, her hands loosely bound together with duct tape. And thousands of dollars worth of jewelry were left behind. So it wasn't a theft. He vanished. 17 days later, they finally found him and tried him, convicted him of murder, and sentenced him to life in prison. Gee, it's bad enough they rob you. They got to kill you next. Then there was the woman who won $30 million in the lottery, got a financial advisor by the name of D.D. Moore. Oh, okay. And Moore started taking money from her clients' accounts, buying herself luxury cars and vacations and things. And the client, whose name was Shakespeare, vanished. Couldn't find Shakespeare. Well, it turned out the advisor killed Shakespeare, buried him under a concrete slab in the backyard of her boyfriend's house, and she was also found guilty of murder, sentenced to life in prison. Another guy, Harvey Morrow, ripped off a lot of people, including a talk show host in Denver, and who had a $2 million inheritance. Well, the talk show host told his friends that he suspected his financial advisor was making bad investments for him. And shortly thereafter, he too went missing. 3 years later, his body was found floating in the ocean off the coast of California with a gunshot in the head. Now, Morrow, the broker, the advisor guy, had disappeared. He traveled to Montana, took a job under an assumed name, and said he moved there because his wife died in a boating accident, so he couldn't be around an ocean. Well, one of his coworkers got suspicious and looked stuff up and stumbled on the truth. They arrested him, brought him back to California, and tried him for murder and sentenced him to life in prison. Now, it's not just advisors, though. If you're an advisor, you need to be wary of your clients because a retired doctor in England hired a hitman to murder his financial advisor after the advisor lost him £300,000. He put the advisor's name on a mafia site on the dark web, and he was arrested, and he was acquitted because I guess that's justifiable attempted homicide. And Clinton Portis, you know Clinton Portis, running back for the Washington Redskins and before that, the Denver Broncos, he got so mad at his advisor that he was planning to kill him. He said it wasn't a beat-up. He told Sports Illustrated this. He said it was a kill. He was waiting in his car with a gun as one of the guys was coming out, and a friend talked him out of doing anything on the phone and urged him to turn his car around and go visit his family. And luckily for Clinton, he did just that, didn't kill his advisor, so he didn't go to prison. But wow, the things people will do for money. Money and murder. Guess they go together. Well, actually, they do. They've gone together for a long time. Money and murder, or power and murder, or jealousy and murder, or whatever. Oh, well, it's a Halloween-y kind of story. Hey, do you have any questions for us? You can always call them in to 855-935-TALK, 855-935-8255. It's particularly important that you call before you think about murdering your advisor. Actually, it's better if you call before you do anything with an advisor that could be bad and lead you to want to murder them. We'll just nip it in the bud. 855-935-TALK, or send your questions in at talkingrealmoney.com using that contact form. And here's one of those questions. The subject, Form CRS, Customer Relationship Summary. This is the SEC's new answer to, I guess, the question, is my broker a fiduciary? It's a terrible answer. Terrible, terrible, terrible answer. Anyway, here's the question. Hi there. The other day, I received a Form CRS, Customer Relationship Summary, from a financial company named Securities America Incorporated, located in Nebraska. I checked their website, and it looked legit from the little I could tell. I called the company this morning and asked why I had received this paperwork, and they told me that they send to all clients. The problem I have is that I never worked with them before and don't have an account there. The rep told me that it could be that I had a financial advisor or some other account with an affiliation with this company. She said she could check, but she needed my Social Security number to check. I told her no, and that I won't be giving out that info. That was the end of the conversation. She told me she was unable to check without my Social Security number. Any idea as to why I would be sent this paperwork? I just don't want someone to open an account in my name. Should I be worried? Any advice you can provide will be much appreciated. Thank you. Well, I do know that Securities America is a legitimate company. They act as a custodian. They hold your assets like Schwab or E-Trade or any of those companies. They hold your securities in safekeeping as a third party, which is a good thing. Now, I don't know if they're one of the better ones out there or not. We've never used them, but they're a legit company. It is entirely possible that someone opened an account in your name. It's happened. The only way you're going to find out, though, is to give Securities America your Social Security number. Actually, again, they're a legit company. And if somebody wanted to steal your Social Security number, odds are they could steal it. They usually need more information to set up an account for you, but it could be done. It could be done, and you probably want to know what the situation is. You could have an account that you had with some other broker, and they changed custodians, and now it's with Securities in America, and you lost track of it, and you really should know. I would be very, very comfortable giving that information out. I really would. Contact them if need be. Talk to one of the higher ups at the company so that you feel more secure with it. But if you call them, you should be really, really safe. It's when they call you. If they call you, do not give out your Social Security number. But if you call on their website, not an email or something, but directly from their website, I think you're pretty safe. So I'd go ahead and do it because I'd want to know what's going on. Thanks for the note. You can send yours in at talkingrealmoney.com, talkingrealmoney.com, or you can call us at 855-935-8255.
Yes, Don, I was curious to know your thoughts on, I'm retired, curious to know your thoughts on converting my IRA into an IUL to help lessen my tax burden. Thanks for your help and your information. Have a good day.
Oh, please don't do it. Please, 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 please. You've been attacked by a killer salesman. Oh, no, no, no one should buy indexed universal life. No one. There's no tax advantage. It's better than your IRA. I hate these people. Oh, the insurance industry should be ashamed of itself for trying to talk someone into moving an IRA into an indexed universal life vehicle. This is an idiot, a horribly greedy individual who's just wanting to suck a bunch of money out of your pocket and into their pocket and put you into a vehicle with a huge surrender charge. If you want to get your money out, you're probably going to pay 10% to get out the first year. They're going to make a huge commission, probably 8% or more. You will have negligible tax benefits. You will make the prospects are for you to make less money than you'd make in your own account because they have to make all their profits and they have to cover all their expenses and they have to cover the life insurance that you probably don't even need. And that's a life insurance policy. You don't need life insurance. Oh, these things make me angry. You people, you insurance people, so many of you are just so evil. Indexed Universal Life has tax deferral. Okay, great. You can borrow against the policy, but then you gotta pay interest. You can borrow against it, and guess what? If you don't keep the policy up, all of those loans can become due and taxable as ordinary income. Withdrawals from an Indexed Universal Life policy on the gains are taxed as ordinary income. There is no substantive advantage. Unless maybe you need insurance, and that might be the only case. But if you don't need insurance, why would you convert your retirement into an insurance policy? This is the insurance industry. They have no morals. They have no scruples. None. I'm sorry. You all know it too. All of you who sell this garbage, you know you have no moral compass. Which makes you evil. Seriously. A little evil. You should feel bad. You should get into an honest industry. You wouldn't make as much money probably, but have a question? Give us a call at 855-935-TALK 24 hours a day or on Saturdays between 3 p.m. and 5 p.m. Eastern Time, noon to 2 on the West Coast. You can call and have a conversation with us because we do a live radio show then that becomes next week's podcast, at least 2 of them. So do that or send your questions in at talkingrealmoney.com, talkingrealmoney.com on the contact form. If you have a bigger issue, for example, you're trying to determine whether something is likely good for you or not, you might want to meet with one of our advisors. They will never try to sell you anything. We don't sell stuff. We don't sell life insurance. We don't sell securities. We help people manage money. And we educate. We believe in educating everybody. That's why we do this. So just go to Vestory.com and make an appointment with one of our advisors when it is convenient for you. We will make ourselves available to fit your schedule. Or you can call 800-386-3004. So go to Vestory.com, set up an appointment with one of our advisors. I promise, no high-pressure sales pitch. Promise. And if you get a chance, you run into people, they're talking about money, steer them this way. Tell them there is a place where people aren't trying to rip them off, where we're trying to make it easy to make money, easy to build the wealth you need for a comfortable retirement or a comfortable education or whatever it might be you're saving for. The show's called Talking Real Money. We have a podcast pretty much every day, and the more the merrier. So spread the word. Thanks so much for listening. Have a great Halloween, and avoid getting involved with killer brokers or killing yours. Thanks for listening again. I'm Don McDonald.
Talking Real Money. We hope you realize that the information provided on Talking Real Money is for educational and hopefully enjoyable purposes only. Providing personalized financial planning or investing advice takes time, so please consult with a really good fee-only fiduciary investment, tax, or legal advisor. We know a good one. Investing must always involve risk. In other words, you can and probably will lose money at times. Also, as much as you want it, no one can accurately, consistently predict the future. So past performance doesn't tell you a darn thing about what the future will bring. Unlike many other programs that say something similar, Talking Real Money is not trying to get you to buy or sell any financial products or securities. Instead, the program is provided as a public service by Vestry, a fee-only registered investment advisor. Thanks for listening, and please visit TalkingRealMoney.com for more information and disclosures. That's a wrap.